to own it. Just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here. Oh, we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you.
Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's been a long time in the making because I met you, it was about summertime last year, and you took me on the ride of my life.
Oh, well, I'm glad it was the ride.
My first helicopter ride,
Was
I
it
loved
really?
it. It was. And I mean, it's way cooler than like a plane ride because you're like just right there, everything's there, and it was, wow, that was an experience.
Yeah, I enjoy them. I still do.
Really?
That's why I'm still doing it.
It doesn't get old. It's not like, oh, this
Well,
again.
there's times it gets old, but you know.
It's got to be like driving a car at this point.
It's, well, car or truck, it's the same.
Yeah.
You know, when you get to your fifth hour, it's like you're ready to see the end of the road.
Right.
And you can't pull off and have a cup of coffee and refresh yourself, so you just keep flying.
True.
So.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so explain to us about like your company and how many helicopters you have.
Right now, I just have 2 helicopters.
Okay.
One is in needing repair, which we may or may not overhaul. The one I'm flying right now is a Bell Jet Ranger. 2 years ago, I had 5 of them. We were fighting fires. We were doing crop dusting, and we were doing a lot of work with law enforcement and other small jobs.
But you don't do that as much anymore. The law enforcement, crop dusting, or fires.
No. Some of the aircraft that I had, you're familiar with a Bell Huey. That was the Vietnam helicopter.
Right.
Yeah, I had one of those, and we did ag work with it and firefight with it. But time goes on, and newer helicopters came out of the military that they use now. You see Cal Firefly's Black Hawk helicopters were 3 times the capacity that mine does. So it was getting hard to play the game unless you wanted to move up and buy newer and more expensive helicopters. Not really. The timing was probably good. I don't see it that way, but as I was getting older, I should have got out of the cockpit and maybe managed the business and let the young people go fly it, but I love to fly. So I did what I wanted to do, so I have to pay the consequences and survive how I can.
So what do you do now?
I have a few owners of property in the mountains, backcountry, and we take care of them. I do a little agricultural work like frost temperature control.
Okay.
And at Sunday we did cherry drying, getting the rain that fell Saturday night off of the cherries so they don't split. We did that almost all morning long. Give rides.
Yeah, so you do a lot of private stuff.
Yes.
And still.
It's all on call. I have no contracts. It's just a total on-call business. When the phone rings, if we can meet up with the customer and we have the capabilities
You
to
stay
do
very
it.
busy.
Well, I do. Yeah, I like to. I like to be busy.
And so how did you get involved with Castle Air Museum? How long have you been working with? Okay.
They called me last year and asked if we can fill in and do the flying, and we happen to be free. And I know of a couple people that are involved in the restoration up there. And I talked with them, and they said, come on, do it. So we went up and did it.
Because somebody else
fun.
had backed out. Do you guys all kind of know each other? Because there's only so many businesses like yours around.
It's getting less and less.
Oh, so you know everybody, so you guys all know each other.
Well, I didn't know the people that did it before me, but I understand they were from the Sacramento area.
Oh, okay.
I believe so. But
probably because they're further out, yeah.
I stay private in my business. I always have.
So where are you guys located?
I'm in West Fresno, out towards Kearney Park.
Okay.
And work out of a small family farm. And that was my heliport, and that's where I kept all the helicopters when I was in the heyday. So that's it. It's been a lifetime since I was 23 years old. I didn't set out to do this.
Well, what were you trying to do?
Actually, I wasn't sure. That's how I ended up in helicopter business. You may think that's funny. I was drafted, and I started to look towards aviation because I was taking a class at City College on aviation. Had been a pilot before, and ended up going to flight school in the military and haven't stopped. So it gave me a career.
So did you ever fly planes, or did you really see helicopters? So
when I came back from Vietnam, there were very few helicopter jobs available due to the amount of people coming out of the service that had helicopter experience from Vietnam. So I went and acquired all my fixed-wing licenses, became an instructor, and did charter work for a couple companies in Fresno, in-flight instruction in airplanes. And then finally I had an opportunity to go to work for a helicopter company again, and which I did. And I was with them for about 11 years, and we kind of did a partnership, and it steered me towards agriculture, and off and running. Started my own business in '86.
And ever since then.
Yeah, it's been a good go.
So did you enjoy Castle Airmuseum? You got all these people who probably were like me and never had done that before.
It was kind of like a awakening, because it was like the line never stopped. And
there wasn't. There was a constant flow.
Yeah, but it's fun. You know, you get enjoyment when you have people in the back seat there cheering, and we had people that were reluctant to get in the helicopter, and I don't know about this, and you get them off the ground, and a big smile comes over their face. I mean, it's a rewarding business. It makes not just that portion, but it is rewarding when you see that you're making somebody happy, or somebody experiments with something, and wow, it worked out for them, and we got them back to the ground safely. So.
Oh, no, that was great. It seemed like everyone... And well, actually what happened is, because I've been with Castle since 2020, and so every open cockpit day, they kept telling me, like, I felt like they were teasing me or punking me at some point. They're like, we're going to have helicopter rides. And so I'm like, okay. And so different times I had my godson there, different people there, and it never happened. They would say it was usually a weather-related thing. Mm-hmm. So then when you were finally there, it was the first time that it actually came through. So it was super exciting. I was like, oh, they weren't lying to me this whole time.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. We did have one gentleman that got in the front seat, and I was really worried that I was going to get about a foot or two off the ground, and he was going to say, put me back down. Does
that happen often? What do you do?
I've had it happen once or twice.
What do you do when that happens? Do you put him on the ground?
Well, it's basically try to get him to calm down first. One was a photographer, and we were photographing the first woman that climbed the face of El Cap. And during the middle of the filming, the flight started to bother her, and she got pretty upset. So we veered away from the side of the cliff, and I flew down the valley, and we called it a day, and the cameraman called it a day, and we came home.
Oh, I could see that. I rock climb as well, so I could see the distraction.
Yeah, she was the first lady to free climb the face. And we got right up against...
that is very scary.
And we got right up against the wall without blowing any air on her, because they wanted to get close-ups of her doing her grab holds.
Hard.
And it's hard to fathom yourself. Once you get close to it, you actually feel that sensation. You're at the edge of a cliff. And I think that's what got her.
Wow.
But I've had it happen. I've had it happen to me before, flying off the edge of a canyon wall.
And you got pretty scared?
Well, you change your environment. You're flying along treetop level, a couple hundred feet off the treetops, and all of a sudden you're over a 5,000-foot canyon. You feel like you've just been catapulted into space. It doesn't change anything, but just that sensation. And if you rock climb, have you ever turned around and looked behind yourself?
It's very scary.
There you go. It's the same sensation. And you control it, right?
Right.
Yeah, you control it, and you continue to do what you do. And most people do.
You know what I notice? Because, you're driving around. I've lived on and off in the Central Valley for, all my life. And you drive around, and things are not that impressive. But when you're up there, everything looked beautiful. And I'm like, oh, my goodness. Yeah. I didn't even know Atwater was this pretty. Is that how it is? Like, a lot of times when you fly, you're just like, it's a whole different scenery.
A helicopter is probably the best sightseeing tool there is in the world. I've seen things that I wish I can share. It just happened to be here and happened to be there, flying up this canyon. I think the first time I flew Cedar Grove up Highway 180, I picked up 2 bears for the Park Service and moved them away from Cedar Grove and put them in Evolution Valley because they were causing too much problems with the
How'd you turn? How'd you pick them up?
Well, the baby, they had a gentleman from the park had it sedated, tranquilized, yeah. And he held it, and the mother, we tranquilized her and put her in her net and suspended her underneath the helicopter. So we picked up the.
So it's down there. It's not in the helicopter.
No, I wasn't going to do that.
I was like, that could be really. Can you imagine?
So we flew it back to Evolution Valley, which is, you have to walk there to get there. There's no roads, and it's the most beautiful valley in the world. You know, it's kind of like watching a movie of Switzerland, you know, when they're showing you all those canyons and all. Very good. And I'm lucky to see that.
So how far are you willing to go? I mean, at this point, you know, you say you're available for a lot of things and private events. How far will you travel for somebody that wants to your time in the helicopter?
Well,
They're willing to pay, but how long?
I've gone to Montana before, Idaho, Washington, Oregon. But most people realize that a helicopter is not a good vehicle to commute with. They're expensive to operate. They're expensive to rent. They burn a lot of gas, and they don't go very fast.
Right.
So if you want to do a job in Montana, the best thing to do is get in your business jet, fly to Montana, and hire a Montana contractor.
Right.
Right. But fighting fires, that's a different option. The Forest Service contracts you for the entire United States. So if they dispatch you to New York, you go.
If they need you, they need
Yeah,
you.
they need you. Mm-hmm.
And then how much is it for the average person to kind of rent? And is it like you just whatever events, like a birthday party if somebody just...
We try to keep the helicopter around $1,200 an hour. That's where it operates.
Okay.
Insurance and cost and fuel. And
Which isn't, I mean, it's a once in a lifetime experience.
Right.
And that's not bad at all.
Right, and we generally put a 2-hour minimum on the helicopter.
Okay.
If a person wants to go from point A to point B, it's not really disturbing our day. We'll do less than that. What we'll generally do is charge them a 2-hour minimum. We'll give them 2 hours of standby and fly them back. If they elect to keep the helicopter all day long, we have no choice but to do the 2-hour minimum. If they fly somewhere and they're on the ground for 30 minutes and we fly them back, we'll alter it and lower the rates down.
Okay.
Generally, when people want helicopters specifically, it's to move people in remote areas where there are no roads, or to move equipment underneath the helicopter on cables. And once again, that's remote areas. So they'll call you in to, I built 5 or 6 cabins in the Sierras where all the equipment's at a heliport. We'll fly in and we'll just haul lumber and timber and concrete and you name it.
Because they can't get a vehicle that big.
They can't get a vehicle. So you end up flying 5 or 6 hours a day. The 1-hour flights generally don't happen, or 2-hour flights.
What's the deal as far as like landing? Because I imagine a lot of people call you and you don't know where they are, whatever, if it's even feasible to get a helicopter in that area. So how do you figure that out?
Got to see it. Well, first of all, you're not really allowed to land on U.S. Forest Service or Park Service land without their permission.
Okay.
Okay, so you're restricted from private to private unless somebody has the permission from the Park Service or Forest Service to
I imagine that
use
could
a
be
meadow.
tedious to get that because that takes time a lot of times to get permission.
Yeah.
Okay.
And but that's infrequent. That's very, very infrequent.
Okay.
There are people that own property, let's say at Shaver Lake, and they want me to haul concrete into their cabin because the road's not usable.
You could do that.
I can do that, provided I don't cause any problems for anybody else around them.
So if I have a house in the country with several acres of property and some of it's spacious, I could call you and you could come?
I can come pick you up.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. There's rules, federal aviation regulations that I have to adhere to in order to be a safe operator and not to be a person that's a pain to the general public, because they are noisy and they're windy. And so you have to take that into consideration before you do anything. If you had a little place in the country and wanted me to land in the backyard and take you for a ride, and next door you had a chicken coop, I'd probably have to turn it down. Because the guy that owns a chicken coop probably wouldn't like us scattering his chickens all over the
Right,
ground.
okay.
So there you go. It's a liability thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how did September 11th change things for you?
Actually, it didn't.
You didn't have to adhere by any different type of rules?
No, well, we couldn't fly. We were on the ground.
Well, I understand that, Dave, but you didn't have to adhere by rules differently after that? Because you're a helicopter?
They changed the rules for all airplanes as far as identification. We have, I guess it's radio equipment on board the aircraft that sends a signal through satellite of my number of the aircraft. It's called a tail number or an N number. And it's for controllers to keep track of you, of where you are. They have things that are called TFRs, they're temporary flight restrictions. If there's a fire or there's a dignitary or a politician campaigning somewhere, they'll put a radius around it that you can't enter that area. All that came from 9/11.
So a little bit, but not too much.
Not too much. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And how has things changed over time? Like you said, there's less and less, and a lot of it's because rules have changed. Tell us a little bit about how it's. You have a long span of a career.
I won't get too political, but more and more of the aviation industry is being taken over by municipality. They're acquiring aircraft because they have a tax base that they can access to buy these aircraft, whether it be, and I don't mean this bad, sheriff departments, police departments, highway patrol, CAL FIRE, U.S. Forest Service. Once they acquire those, they're actually taking away a lot of the work that the private industry used to contract to them, right? So little by little, there's less and less to do. That's changed the industry a lot, an awful lot.
I hear they're always looking for pilots, kind of. Is that, and you still kind of teach?
Big pilot shortage, big mechanic shortage. Mm-hmm.
So you do train a lot of people just to be regular? Or you have to only train
I have in
people?
the past, not so much anymore. There were a couple of flight schools in Fresno that trained people in the smaller helicopters, and they came to us to get what's called a turbine transition. They're learning how to fly a helicopter that has a turbine engine as opposed to one that has a piston engine.
Okay, what's
like
the
a car.
difference?
Price, how you operate it, how you start it, how you shut it down, how it performs.
What's easier? What's the cheaper, easier one?
Well, cheaper is a piston helicopter by a couple $100,000, but the turbines are very reliable and very, very easy to fly once you learn the patterns. And I doubt very seriously if there's many helicopters running around that are piston other than trainers, the small trainers.
So people could actually hire you kind of to take flight lessons, or not really?
Yeah, I still instruct. Yeah.
Do you also do that?
Yeah. These young pilots that come out of flight school, if they have the ability to come out and ride with me, like we were drying cherries Sunday, or doing frost control, I'll put the duals in the helicopter and let them fly and get them used to it, because it's the next stepping stone in the path that they have to follow to become a pilot that's marketable. You have to acquire about 500 hours to fly a charter.
Right.
And the insurance companies now, they don't want to see a pilot until he has 1,500 hours.
Well, it's
$1,200 an hour, do the math.
Right.
I mean, it's almost without, it's out of reach. So they have to do, like, say, the little stepping stones, maybe ride with me, ride with somebody else. A lot of them will turn into ag pilots for a while.
Just so they can get that little
So they can build it up so they become a marketable commodity. And then they could go for the tour business, the EMS business, put in for a municipality flight. And I shouldn't say municipality, that's not a good word. They can put in for CAL FIRE. They can put in for the sheriff department, the highway patrol. And I think there's better benefits offered in that, working for the government than the private sector.
Well, it's good you could kill two birds with one stone. Like you said, you got to do that on this weekend with the cherries, and then you could bring somebody else in. Like,
sure,
you could also train somebody while you're actually taking care of business.
Sure,
I like
exactly.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
it works, and they know it, and they're good at it, and they're. I've done a few dozen like that over the course, and taken them all the way through and turned them into ag pilots, external load pilots. That's with the cables hanging underneath the helicopter, moving things from point A to point B. You didn't ask my wife about that, did you?
I did not. That's really she was great because she's the one that kept everything moving that day. You guys pretty much work together, huh? A little bit.
Oh yeah. She's good. She's good.
Does she know how to fly?
No, she doesn't. She doesn't. I pass the controls to her every once in a while, and she'd rather I do it.
Oh, she still gets a little bit anxiety.
She's good. She was a paralegal before she retired, and she's got a very, very sharp, quick mind. And I was glad to have her there as a wife, and glad to have her helping me on that little project out there, because I would have got frustrated and gone home.
She really is like a co-pilot.
Yeah, she's doing what she's supposed to do as far as the aviation part.
So Saturday, May 18th, you're going to be out there giving rides?
Yes. And looking forward to it. Got the helicopter all ready to go. Got the insurance in place and everybody happy. So we're ready to go. Looking forward to it.
So this
It'll
is
be
like
fun.
the thing that
We're
everybody
going to have
can
a few
do.
more people there, though.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to have a second person helping with the loading and unloading of the helicopter, and I think my wife is bringing a friend so she can take a break every once in a while.
She was really overworked that day. We really appreciated her, though.
No, I know that. And she did give me a funny look, like, you didn't tell me it was going to be this many people. And I said,
Well,
first
I
time.
know you started off and it was normal, and then it just got
It went crazy, huh?
really quickly. Oh my goodness! Well, yeah, like I said, I mean, I think everybody just really wants that's a great experience. And so, how much do we know the price of that day? I forgot. It's around like 120.
No, it's less than that. I think we're trying to keep it
Okay.
under 100. Okay, and we haven't put a number on it, but it's going to be the same as last year, less than 100.
That's
right in
great.
there.
So, and that's why everybody, you get a ride, you can get with like your friends. It's a good experience that everyone needs to, and everyone needs to go to Castle Air Museum. Like,
Yeah. Well, we actually went up about 2 months ago because I haven't seen it in all of its splendor.
oh, so you got to do a real tour.
Actually, it was empty, so we enjoyed all the aircraft solo.
Well, there was no time for you to do any sightseeing that day, except for on top of that.
That's all. It was just a look down.
Yeah, you got to see. Now you're like,
On
now
the
I
way
get to
by.
see what I saw.
It was good, but I hope to stay involved with it. You know what I mean? If they continue to do it and continue to have us there, and I continue to fly, so everything works. You know, if the health stays and the licenses stay and the insurance company stays, but it's.
So where can we get a hold of you, like the viewers, if they want to arrange a flight? Is there a website we should go to or a number we should call?
The only thing I have is the phone right now. Is calling Ambrosini Helicopters. I don't have a website. Sorry to say, I'm not that modern.
I mean, honestly, if they could just get a hold of you for that, I mean, that's all they really need.
And I hope you understand, and maybe I can explain this a little bit better, but because I have no one in the office, if I'm out flying or doing something else, I can't hear the phone ring when I'm flying. But there's equipment I can buy to put in the helicopter so I can receive it, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to be in the helicopter all the time. There's other work that I have to do. There's times that I can't get to a phone. So the best thing for people to do is to leave a voicemail, then I'll try to catch up in the evening.
Well, everybody already heard.
I know you and I have had a hard one.
On both ends, I know it was like a lot, but yeah, no, that'd be great. So everyone can get a hold of you and can call directly, and then we're gonna show my lovely flight because that was a great experience. So thank you for giving me one of my greatest experiences.
Well, I'm glad you liked it. So you can talk to Cindy about what's called short hauling.
Oh my goodness. Are you still short hauling?
No. That
was back.
That was a contract we had years ago. So we gave her the experience of what it's like to fly outside the helicopter.
Oh my goodness. Wow. When's the last time you did that?
About 5 years ago.
To fly outside the helicopter. Oh my goodness. That's got to be really scary.
She seemed to have a lot of fun.
Well, too bad we can't get that experience.
No. As a matter of fact, it's done for construction and some other things. They use it for building PG&E electric towers.
Right.
They put the people on the top. You've seen that happen before. And then also for remote area operations where people just can't get to, we'll put them underneath the helicopter on a 100-foot line and drop them in between the trees. And
oh my goodness. Wow. Thank you so much for coming on my show today.
Okay. Well, thank you for having me. Glad we got together.
She want love, yeah. Pretty little thing, keep a smile on her face. She want love, yeah. Got a big heart, it's not hard fit to break. Running out of time, cause it's running out of space. Not much more than she can take. Hey, running out of time, cause it's running out of space. Not much more than she can take. Hey,
she a little city girl, independent, just making her moves, lie way overdue. Passionate ain't true, boo. Saw her at the DMV and that's when I made my move. 1 year later, got a son right in front of you. Spread it open, I'm eating my food. Babe, get comfortable. We bout to make it to the top and do what we wanna do. Lot of people who called us fools, that's what they had to do. Ay, that's what they had to do.
She want love, yeah. Pretty little thing, keep a smile on her face. She want love, yeah. Got a big heart, it's not hard fit to break. Running out of time, cause it's running out of space. Not much more than she can take. Hey, running out of time, cause it's running out of space. Not much more than she can take. Hey, she want love, yeah. Pretty little thing, keep a smile on her face. She want love, yeah. Got a big heart, it's not hard fit to break. Running out of time, cause it's running out of space. Not much more than she can take. Hey, running out of time, cause it's running out of space. Not much more than she can take. Hey, go.
Seth got the waves.
I know they know it's my time. I know they know it's my time.
I know they know it's my time, yeah. Crazy cause it's been time, yeah. Had me on the sideline for years. Then I came from hard times for real. Back when they had spinners on them wheels. Trapping with the chirp in the land. No relation with her, we just friends. Only loving on the weekend. Can only touch me if she bring friends. Buzz up Cassie brought in that fan. No face mask, wanna steal in. Ain't got time for a middleman. Man, if you win, took a lot of losses just to get here. Worked and get tired, that's a good year. Speeding in the land, watch me switch gears. Out of my Bugatti, see the wrist clear. Best rapper, I'ma leave it there. Trouble man, yo, people that we don't care. Blue and black Valeri over here. Another whip McLaren and it's rare. Another house, imagine on the hills. Dreams are really paying my mama bills. I know they know it's my time, yeah. Crazy cause it's been time, yeah. Had me on the sideline for years. Then I came from hard times for real. Back when they had spinners on them wheels. Trapping with the chirp in the land. No relation with her, we just friends. Only loving on the weekend. I know they know it's my time. 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 Really got a nigga and my girl all night. To try to take it, she gon' fight. Stop all that running on bike. Be with you the rest of my life. Anything you want, what's the price? Walking around smelling real nice. Keep it natural, plus it stay tight. Lips big, I love it when you bite. Promise I'ma always keep you fly. Use my D's, I wrote them overnight. Ay. Lips big, I love it when you bite. Promise I'ma always keep you fly. Use my D's, I wrote them overnight. Ay. When we met, got deep in conversation. Is it real man, steady racing? Hit the pool, then we got it shaking. Favorite color red, that's my baby. Put it in a notebook, then engrave it. Held it down, now you got 3 babies. The California love is the greatest. We're spinning the air like, girl, you made it. And hell and all this Louis got me faded. Smacking on that, won't even say it. Type of love, nobody replacing. Malcolm met Mika, now it's playing. Just happy that you be the one I lay with. A precious gift from God, got me more dangerous. While working on us, still getting famous. Ay. Perks really got a nigga and my girl all night. To try to take it, she gon' fight. Stop all that running on bike. Be with you the rest of my life. Anything you want, what's the price? Walking around smelling real nice. Keep it natural, plus it stay tight. Lips big, I love it when you bite. Promise I'ma always keep you fly. Use my D's, I wrote them overnight. Ay. Lips big, I love it when you bite.
Promise I'ma always keep you fly. These my D's, I wrote them overnight. Ay.
Thank you for coming on the show today. I have the dynamic duo here. So
Good.
the looks and the brains. Wait, how does this go?
Well, the experience and the knowledge and the talent.
Okay, we'll go with
That's
that.
what it is.
But you guys look great. You sound amazing. It's okay. Tell us the story. How did you all meet, and how long have you been rapping?
I've been rapping for 3 years, going on 3.5 right now. I met him at, actually, it's a funny story, at a park. He was walking his dog. I was taking my daughter to the park to have a little fun. And we got to talking about music. I showed him some of my stuff, let him hear my music, and went from there.
Well, my company name is Kismet Entertainment.
Right.
Kismet, Kismet in Arabic means fate.
Right.
So the fact that I'm walking the dog and I stop to talk to him, because when I see people that I think are talent, no matter what it is, and maybe it's intuition, I stopped. I was like, you never know.
Some people have an eye for that.
Literally,
spot,
it happens
yeah.
all the time.
Right.
It is fate. Like even you and I meeting online and
Right,
networking, and it just
for sure.
happened, and then things just work out. And the way he happens to be an amazing, talented, rapper. So it's fate. So.
And then so you grew up in Spain. Where did you grow up at?
Chicago.
Okay, so how did you
Outside of Chicago,
come over
79.
here to the Central Valley? How'd you wind up here?
Basketball purposes. Got flew out to play basketball.
Right on. So where did you play basketball at?
Moore Park.
Okay.
So I got flew out to play basketball, started partying a little too much, and stopped playing basketball and ventured off to rap.
And then came here to Fresno.
Well, I live in Visalia right now.
Oh yeah, came to the Central Valley. Okay.
Yes.
Wow. And then how long have you been in the Central Valley?
Well, I grew up, born and raised in Spain, and then I came over a while. So I've been in the Valley for a while. I moved to LA for a while. I went to school in San Francisco, and that's where I started working with musicians. So literally, I don't want to date myself, but since the 90s, I've been working with musicians. One of my best friends was a rapper way back in the day in San Francisco Bay Area scene. So I've been steadily working off and on with musicians from a long time. But in the last 10 years, I've dedicated my extra time. This is not my full-time gig,
Right.
but it's my passion is music and musicians, and I've got some models, I've got some social media people I work with, but mostly, musicians, hip-hop and R&B is my thing.
So where have you performed at so far? And do you have anything coming up we could go see?
I don't have anything at this moment. We working on new shows, but I don't been to Utah, of course, Chicago, Atlanta. I don't been to a couple places. It's just right now it's been slow. I just had a baby, so.
Aw,
Yeah, I've
congratulations.
been taking time with my newborn.
He's got 5.
5.
I did say he's a basketball player, right? He's got a starting 5.
Oh,
What I
wow.
don't know is if he's working on a bench.
Nah, 5
He's
is
got
straight.
5. Yeah,
5 is straight.
Yeah, he's good. So, yeah, well, that's one of the reasons that we're together, and one of the things that we're looking for as investors. That he's going to be working as an independent artist. Nowadays, the way the music business is, they want to take 95% of your revenue and leave you with 5. So we're literally working as an independent artist, and
That's
trying.
how all those boy bands got screwed back in the day.
Man.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the business
Ain't
has to
trying to run
change.
into those type of
Right.
problems.
Yeah, his former agreement that he was potentially trying to get into was 2 managers taking 80% of what he was going to make
insane.
and leaving him with 20. And
Well, actually, 83.
well, yeah, that's
83%. I was going to take
insanity.
17.
so. I mean, I work on standard fees as 10%, 15%, depending on what we're doing. So, the last thing I'm going to do is take money out of artists' pocket. That's just not me. I just want to help put people. So.
Well, how hard is that, especially, and then living in the Central Valley? I know you guys travel everywhere, but how hard is it these days in the industry to maintain
I mean, it's
all that?
easier
Yeah.
and it's harder. So it's easier to get out there because there's Spotify, there's YouTube,
Right.
there's all the platforms to bid out there. But now, once you become a signed artist, they're literally giving you pennies of a song. They're giving you pennies of a song. I work with one of the artists that I work with, Roy James. He was a Sony artist because of they took 100% of his streaming. For that reason, he got lawyers and he sued his way out of his contract. Now he's an independent artist. They were taking, and literally his music was out before these platforms were even out. He's like, wait, how you taking 100% of anything that was out before you even had these platforms? So it's happening all the time. So one of the things that I do in music is also open up new revenue streams. So when it comes to day-to-day booking and all that part of the music, promoters do most of that.
Right.
But what I do is I open up channels for different revenue streams for artists. Like I'm working with Ro James and getting him on a TV show, booking him and getting him into fashion, connecting him with, all sorts of different revenue streams to add on to what he's already doing. So when you say, is it hard or is it easy? Still difficult, but it's easier to get out there, but it's harder to make the money that was being made in the past.
And then what about concert sales? I know that happens a lot. So
I mean, the problem now is you have a Live Nation beast, which controls 98% or 90% of all concert venues and everything. So currently lawsuits are coming because they're dominating the market space. So it's difficult because everything's festival based.
Right.
Everything
exactly.
is, and Live Nation literally owns all of it. So it's figuring out where you can get in, do independent work, book shows, work with promoters, and then work your way and get a following, and then that's when larger labels come in and they love to give you a deal once they see that you've got a following, you've got followers, and you've got hits. And
right.
I mean, his style is amazing because I call it. Can I use the moniker or not? I think it's Drake-ish because it's.
I like that. That's what I was really excited about you.
Because
yeah.
it's hip hop, but it's flow and it's R&B, and I don't want to speak out of turn, but he's multifaceted. He can do. I mean, he has all the styles. I'll let you speak.
I'm a huge Drake fan, so I like that.
Women love Drake.
I got so many songs, different styles, different flows. It's ridiculous. So yeah. I just, the world gonna see me. I'm coming.
And you come up with all the lyrics?
I write everything. 100% of all my raps. It's me. I write everything. So I don't need no writers. Yeah, for real.
So where can we stream your music on now? Where can we hear it?
Apple Music, Spotify, all the big platforms.
All the platforms we get.
Every platform I'm on. I'm on every.
Tell them who you are one more time, at least.
Silent Breezy. Silent_Breezy on Instagram.
So where did that come from?
Silent Breezy. It really came from my background, Chicago, growing up around a gang-banging environment, and the term real gangsters walk in silence or move in silence. So I just took the silent and put the breezy on it.
It is breezy in Chicago, though.
Right,
Yeah.
the Windy City.
For
So
sure.
now, so there's nothing coming up as of now of concerts. Who have you performed with before?
Well, the thing we're working on right now is trying to get a showcase up in this area.
That'd be great.
So we're trying to hopefully tie in. T-Pain is coming on the 17th, and knock on wood.
Where at?
He's coming to do a show at Chichancy Park as
Okay.
part of the Tequila Fest or something like that.
Okay.
So he's doing something on the 17th. He's also coming to Napa on the 24th. So what I'm trying to do is hopefully reroute him. Ro James is coming out here. So the idea is that we're going to bring in unsigned people from LA and the Bay and the Valley and do like the King of the Mic thing. So it's going to be the best of the best. And so we're going to bring in at least one or two celebrity hosts to be, and we might have to put you on the panel. So get ready. So
I'm not as famous as this guy. This guy's going to take the world by storm.
But you've seen the American Idol with all those sing-song shows, right?
Right,
so
right.
We're going to put you on the panel and be a judge, and you tell us.
I get to be Simon. By that means when I say you're good, you're good.
But you're not an ass like Simon. Can I say that? You get to be the prettier one. Who's the one that's on there that does all the whoever? You're not
Paula.
Simon. Yeah, exactly. Well,
Paula.
yeah. So that we'll let you know about that, and that's coming up if we can late May or early June. So
if you had to collab with anybody, who would you collab with?
Kanye West. Kanye West, Common, Chicago artist.
DJ Khaled?
DJ Khaled, for sure. I like DJ Khaled. Lil Wayne is my favorite artist of all time, so him for sure. You know, with all the allegations, too many allegations going on right now to say other people's name, but I got other people.
It's about the music. We don't need it all. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, it's like they're great. We can think whatever you want. But I mean, Michael Jackson was a great musician. That's what you want to focus on. Like
yeah, but those type of artists,
right?
Those type of artists for sure. Chief Keef, definitely need a song with him because he turned me up in the city.
What about your locals? Chance, Chicago.
Chance the Rapper.
No.
Maybe.
Anybody from the city that's hard, that made it, even Twista. Shout out Twista.
Yeah.
Bum J. Yeah, those type of people.
I said DJ Khaled because I don't think I knew Chance the Rapper until DJ Khaled put him on the map, to me. But
we heard him back in his mixtape days. Yeah, he
exactly.
He had a lot of mixtapes that was nice, knocking. I like that last album too.
And now he's on whatever show. He's on one of those.
Yeah.
He was on the show with T.I. actually. They was searching for talent.
Yeah, I forget the show. Or the one that people wear the mask or whatever it is.
The Masked Singer.
I think he's on one of those. Yeah.
So,
did you ever play basketball anymore? What happened?
I still play basketball every day. I just don't.
Have you thought about coaching it on the side? I bet a lot of people.
I coach the 8-year-olds in Visalia.
I could see you being really good at that. That's what I was thinking.
He's a personal trainer and he's amazing. So Fresno, Visalia area.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get people really conditioned. Everybody
Silent
in
Breezy.
sports.
DM me, you need help.
What's your best way to get a hold of you on the IG?
IG, just DM me. Just send me a DM, I'll look at them.
They must really look up to you, a lot of these kids, huh?
Sort of. Especially when they see, I turn up, I'll get them something to look at, probably dunk the ball a little bit or make 5-10 shots in a row. That amazes them, so.
So you party a little too much, no more basketball, but you obviously turned around. You have like 5 kids, you're working hard every day. Yeah. How was that transition?
It was easy because when I came out here, the first baby I had was a son, so my son was pretty easy first. Then, the girls, I got 2 girls after that, so that's when I started to feel it like, oh yeah, it's getting ugly up in here. But now I got another son, a newborn son. He's 6 weeks today, so.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm also married, by the way.
I'm glad you brought that up.
I'm married.
We had a conversation about it last night because I think about LeBron and I think about Snoop Dogg. They're with the girls that they're with from high school, day one, and he's got 5 and he's got a solid wife. So
yeah, going on 12 years.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I'm still young too, by the way.
I know you are, I guess.
Yeah.
So we can hear all of your, and how often are you putting out new content? Because you actually were working on some beats last night.
Yes, so I get up at 6 in the morning every day. I write raps. I get to raps. Anytime I get a chance to get to the studio when I'm not busy with my kids, of course, I go to the studio probably every other 2 weeks or something like that, and I make music. I'm actually about to go to the studio after we leave the set.
and we were there last night, too.
Right.
Yeah, we dropping hits.
And you let us know, you're good on your social media, let us know what's happening so we can all go and grab it.
I'll post daily, keep the fans updated. I have a huge fan base, well, not a huge fan base, but sort of like a decent fan base right now. I'm trying to take the world by storm. So hopefully that fan base I got right now turn to 5-6 million.
It's that loyal following at first. I mean, that's all you need is and then it goes. Loyal fans are good fans.
Yeah, once I think I'm pushing my foot in the door. I'm pushing for it.
Yeah.
So
with my contacts in LA, and that's the idea, is that we're going to record here, but I've got several R&B singers and rappers that I work with. So the idea is we're going to collab up, do some songs together, do some different genres. He's even got a country song, which is crazy.
What?
Before Beyonce put hers out.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Where did you come up with that? Like, that's just random.
Just trying to try different stuff. Like, always trying to be different.
Oh, they were close to Clovis, so that's
I don't like being like other rappers. That's why I stopped really using profanity in a lot of my raps too. I just started making all clean music.
Have radio play, yeah.
Yeah, radio play, because everybody trying to be the same, sound the same, trying to stand out, be different. Even though he comparing me to Drake, I'll take that.
Look, I'm saying.
I'll take that. I told him right now, hush on the Drake talk though, because he got, Kendrick just put him in a body bag. In my opinion, but
well, look, Drake's looking down on everybody. But anybody who says you're Drake-ish, is a
That's a
compliment.
compliment. I said I appreciate the
but that's
compliment.
that's one facet. Like
and Drake is another
Yeah.
one of my favorite artists.
Yeah, I mean-
I listen to his music, so.
People talk about Drake, but he's looking down on everybody from his stack of money that he's on, and women all love Drake.
I wasn't talking down about him. I just said he lost the battle.
For now, he has
lost
yet to
the battle.
counterpunch. He's coming.
Yeah, he lost.
I love Drake before he was famous. Well, before he was as famous as he is
The
now.
grassy, huh?
Yeah, I was gonna say. So right now you have like a great plan, a great vision. I love what you guys are doing. Where do you hope to be in like a year?
On top
At
of
the
the world.
Grammys.
At the Grammys, on top of the world, taking care of my family the right way, getting my mom out of Chicago. You know,
And you guys are making the moves right now.
yeah.
So the BET Awards are June, I believe it is.
Okay.
So I'm working behind the scenes to see if we can get him on, not on the big stage, day of show, because that's already for.
Right, no.
But what's happening this year, for the first time, BET Awards in LA are doing a week long, like the Super Bowl almost. So they're doing workshops, they're doing all kinds of things before that, and doing small concerts leading up to that. So the idea is that we get him in LA and we get him exposure to some of those smaller shows the week of BET. So then we get the ball rolling. He's also got some Latin vibes, and I mean, California, Texas, everywhere. A lot of, and plus, I want him to be exposed to all facets. This market in Spain, the market in South America is, so. In my opinion, you have to be diverse to just have a wide audience. So that's the idea, and he's talented. He can do it all. So at this point, it's making sure we get investors on board so we can get him all of the studio time, video production, all that stuff, so we can get him out there and get him to where he needs to be. So I'm excited.
And you will keep us posted if you do end up doing the T-Pain show and whatever other local shows you're doing
Yes,
around here.
sure.
Okay.
I'll definitely keep you posted, and I want to give a big shout out to my little brother, 26 years old. He just graduated from the police academy.
Oh, wow.
So, shout out to you, little bro.
Is it in Chicago
And the
or
wife,
here?
right?
and my wife. Shout out my wife and my kids at home and my mama. I love you, mama.
So is your brother in Chicago still?
Yes,
he awesome.
he just graduated from the police academy, so now he's gonna be transitioning to the police. He's gonna be a full-time cop up in Indiana.
Okay.
Wow, you guys are just amazing. You are taking the world by storm, your family.
Yeah, trying to, doing it for my grandma, R.I.P. Granny. Yeah.
Well, that's cool. No, I can't wait to see what you play. We absolutely love your sound. Who else are you representing at the moment that we would know?
Well, I'm working with Ro James. You may or may not know Ro James. He's a formerly Sony artist who, like I said, he bought his way out of his contract.
Where's he at? Where is he?
Ro James is based out of New York.
Okay.
He's on the East Coast, but he's presently in transitioning to come out to LA.
Okay.
So with him, we're working on bringing him to a show in Fresno or Visalia. He's going to be a guest judge, like you,
right?
On the King of the Mic. So,
oh, awesome! Okay.
So we'll definitely get you involved with that. And like I said, T-Pain is coming to Chichansky. I think it's the Tequila Fest. You familiar with that?
Yeah.
So he's coming on the 17th, which is next Friday, right? Next 2 Fridays from now. So 10 days from now, right?
Right.
So, and then he's coming, like I said, he's coming back on the 24th to Napa. So we're hoping to reroute him and bring him out if we can on a Saturday. So I do another project which is called Hip Hop Brunch LA. As you know, you love brunch, right?
I love brunch.
All women love brunch. I don't know what it is. And guys like to go because women are there. That's just the fact. And so my brunch, I'm got a culinary background. I love to cook. So if I can combine what I love, which is cooking, making cocktails, and music, that's what it is.
I love eating, drinking, and listening to music. So that's my jam.
There it is. So we have DJs,
all
we
in
have
one.
local performers, and then we have a feature performer who will come out. So
I love that we're bringing this stuff to the Central Valley. I think it's really important that we have that.
we're bringing it, but it's mostly going to be in LA for now, and then it's going to be in Atlanta, it's going to be in Miami, it's going to be in New York, and so it's I'm excited about that project.
So how do you feel like having both like East Coast and West Coast ties? Do you think that's helped your brand?
It's cool, I guess.
Well, now you have fans from there and fans from here.
Yeah, I feel like they just, you know, they like the lingo, the style, just how I come. They comfortable with my music because I'm different, like I stand out. So I was going to generate fans from wherever, regardless. I was going from all, like right now, they playing me in Spain. I just looked at my numbers. It's like, I'm getting played. I'm like, wow, like that's just amazing. Now I want to take a trip.
Well, I'm from there, so you didn't tell me that. Now I know.
Now I want to take a trip out there. I definitely got to go out there. I might walk around and somebody say my name. Hey, Breezy. For sure.
That's going to happen for sure.
It's going to happen soon.
That's really well. We're all going to follow you on all the platforms, and I love to hear what's coming next. You'll keep us posted?
For sure.
Especially when we do our brunch and eating and music and all of that.
Well, we're going to talk because you're going to help me find the right location here in Fresno. And then we're going to circle back and have you as a guest judge, so get ready.
Ooh. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming on my show today.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Nice like this. Nice like this, I wanna get. Nice like this, I wanna get. Nice like this. Nights like this, I wanna get high. Nights like this, I wanna just drive in the car with my friends, get high. See the red and blue lights, still ain't pulling to the side. Off codeine, mind floating. Lord, please don't let these drugs control me. I don't feel safe anymore. You really can't relate to what I saw. Monday, watch I'm bagging up that raw. Don't push me to the edge because I'm lost. Trying to be my own boss, whatever it costs. In the kitchen, cooking up that sauce. Riding in a Rari top off. Pull up and she take her top off. Tired of wearing purses, knock off. Pop a perk, then nod off. Yeah. Tired of wearing purses, knock off. Pop a perk, then nod off. Nights like this, I wanna get high. Nights like this, I wanna just drive in the car with my friends, get high. See the red and blue lights, still ain't pulling to the side. Off codeine, mind floating. Lord, please don't let these drugs control me. I don't feel safe anymore. You really can't relate to what I saw. Monday, watch I'm bagging up that raw. Nights like this. Nights like this, I wanna get. Nights like this, I wanna get high. Nights like this, I wanna get
Felt right in the moment, felt right in the summertime. It felt right drinking cherry wine with you. I just wanted to own it, just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here, oh we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you. Now I must confess here, oh, I must confess, dear. Don't think I'm in love with you. Winter is coming and I don't know what to do. And there's no more use in running, no more running to you. And I don't want your loving, I don't wanna be just friends. Knowing all this time we were playing